Hi, this is Rachel Wright here in New York City at CMB Expo. Today I'm here with Stephanie Pow of Emerald Lane Recruitment. How are you, Stephanie?
I'm good. I took an early flight and got in bright and early, so it's a great day in New York.
So you landed today.
Yeah, I flew in from Canada, so I was up at 4:45, I think, on my flight at 7, smooth sailing, came right here. So it's a day.
Nice.
We're in it.
I mean, you look fresh and rejuvenated. So,
Thank
we
you.
know how to do this, right?
You're a professional, yeah. Professional early mornings. Had like all the sleep anxiety, that early morning flight sleep anxiety,
Right.
which is like a common thread in
It
humans.
is.
And I don't know why, because we know we set our alarms. It's like,
Right.
we'll get up early on a normal day, but the flight days, it's like wake up with sweats. It's like, yeah.
we have to have it down to a science, right?
It's a science.
Yeah, it is. Because you're flying, jet setting all over the place. You're growing your business in amazing ways. You're serving the industry. So first, let's talk about jet setting. Why are you jet setting? And which areas do you service of the world?
Amazing. Well, yeah. Right now it is jet setting, although we're still flying, back of the bus. we're still bootstrapping a company in cannabis.
Right,
but,
right.
It's been really a wild ride. So I think, my cannabis journey started in California, although I'm from Canada. So I already was sort of in that mindset when I was in that phase of my life back in 2016. And really the idea to like work globally and be a digital nomad, I started getting into that in like 2013. Before that was like cool. And so I really was looking into like the 4-hour work week and sort of the Tim Ferrisses of the world. And I was like, well, why can't you work from a co-working space in a shared office? And I loved it. And so that's where my mindset kind of got into it. And then life took me on my journeys. And when I got into the cannabis industry in 2016, I got invited to go be on a farm in Northern California. And at the time, I didn't understand the market. I wasn't a heavy consumer. The Canadian market was still an early medical. I was not a medical patient. And so I got a chance to really understand the farm and start in California. But we would travel a lot in between those runs.
Right.
And then when I went back to Canada in 2018 and trying to figure my life out in so many ways, I went to a cannabis conference like this and I met a woman who was running a lot of the panels, and she ran a recruitment firm, and she was one of the first movers in the Canadian market when the cannabis industry started in 2015, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined her team, but she was already doing a lot of global work because she was one of the first movers. So she was already before COVID going to conferences in Europe, in the UK. We had a lot of clients that we were working with starting in 2019, 2020. So my business was starting to go global really early on in my cannabis career.
Because that was your intention. You intentionally set out for that.
And it aligned a lot. And then COVID obviously happened, and I left Canada and went down south during COVID to kind of get away. And during that time, I just decided to really focus on my own business. I left the company I was working for. I went out on my own 3 years ago this time and really was like, let's do the global focus. The Canadian market was slowing down. The US market was still new to me. So I was like, I'll go global. And so 2 years ago, I jumped on a plane. I did a 6-week Euro tour. I did all the conferences, all the places, fell in love with Lisbon. Now I live in Lisbon, and it's been really cool. So now Emerald Lane Recruitment, our company, we work across 11 countries, 5 continents.
Mm-hmm.
We're Australia, New Zealand's our number 6, and we're so close. So we're going to be there soon. But it's just a matter of like serving the business where they're at, serving the industry, showing up at conferences like this.
Right.
I was just with you in Berlin, and we were in Barcelona for Spanibus. And now I'm here in New York. I was just in Toronto. I'm in Chicago next week with you as well. You're on the same circuit. And then we go back to Berlin and back to London. So the industry is still so rooted in the ground. And as you know, it's like when we serve these markets, you have to be a part of it. You don't have to, but I think that in order to actually understand and serve properly, we need to be on the ground. We need to be listening, observing, like who knows who and who's showing up and what are the challenges and what's being said on the stage. Because that's like the true knowledge. And so that's where a lot of the jet setting comes in, is just really being a part of it.
Right.
And then now with our team expanding, so we just brought on Kmesh, who you met earlier, who's helping us with our US expansion and sort of the work and growth across the world, but she's based in the Northeast. So
this is like an announcement, actually.
It is our announcement. Yeah, we were talking about bringing her in.
So let's make this an announcement.
So yeah, it's official. She's joined us as one of our senior advisors for growth and real talent strategy, with her background in the industry and just understanding at such a deep level the US market specifically. I mean, we had already done some recruiting in the US over the last few years, but really to have somebody who knows it so well. So coming here today, she's here with me, and really just making sure that we're introducing ourselves to the industry, and continuing to just really touch points as we go, understand what's happening in each of the markets so that we can best serve them.
I love that. I love that. So if somebody wanted to use you for services, first, let's talk about the recruitment side. What type of people would you recruit for either operators or investors or financial services firms? You know, what kind of positions would you hire for?
Yeah, we get asked this question a lot. And so we are cannabis industry exclusive. So we do not work in any other industry. We do work in some of the regulated or intoxicated hemp. But we really, really focus exclusively on cannabis. And so we will do jobs really much permanent positions across the global supply chain. So we'll do every type of role from very specialized roles. So one of my specialties is heads of cultivation, especially global moves. So right now I have clients in Sri Lanka, South Africa, Jersey Island, where we've just been doing their head growers and bringing in global talent into a new market. So it's been really exciting to do sort of the very technical skills. And then also more of the individuals that are like, we're doing like B2B sales in Germany right now. So you need people who know the industry. We'll do a lot of the operational sales, marketing, technical roles, heads of R&D. So we really work across the gamut. We also partner really strategically with some of the groups you mentioned, the investor groups, the grow groups, the lighting groups, the groups that are really working with the regulatory groups, the groups that are really working with these pre-operational groups who want to say, hey, we know that we can only do so much for your build or for give you money. If you don't bring the right team in or the right people, you're not going to be successful. So we partner with those other consultants and other groups who are working with these other teams to help them with their people strategy so that they can continue to actually flourish and grow and do actual proper hiring, which also enables and ensures the successes of the other consultants working with us. So we really create this ecosystem of collaboration. And a lot of the roles we do are still going to be quite focused in the markets. We also do a lot of bringing people in. So, you know, myself, I've been recruiting. I'm going into my 7th year now recruiting in cannabis. And so oftentimes we're looking in new markets, not just for skill set fit, because a lot of people don't have the actual technical skills in cannabis for some of the roles, but they have the mindset, they have the character traits, they have the heart, mindset, and they have a deep why. And we can see them being the kind of people that think outside the box and are solution oriented and can work with agility and kind of can work with, you know, limited budgets and get creative. And that is the mindset that we really look for. So there's sort of this balance that we do with our clients of like those really technical, in the know, networked people that we can look in our network and make sure they're vetted, etc. And then also the new people coming in and make sure they're the ones that we know when things get tough, because we know they're going to get tough, that they're actually going to be able to stay and have that resiliency to stay in the market.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it. And I love to see your team grow.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job. Yeah. So it's a way to make your dream come alive, right? You wanted to be a digital nomad. You made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm actually working on that as well.
Yes.
So, you know, that's also been my business. I love seeing women and people who are able to do this, you know, successfully, like kind of create a niche for yourself, which I love. So amazing. And great announcement with K-Mesh.
Yes.
Looking forward to meeting her.
Yeah.
And so how do we find you online or otherwise? How do we get in contact with you?
Absolutely. So, you know, as I zip around, I do have, you know, places you can always find me. So LinkedIn is where I really play the most.
Right.
So Stephanie Pow, also our company's on there, Emerald Lane Recruitment. We're really going to be ramping up our marketing and sharing our wisdom. I've started doing recruiter office hours. So it's something that I actually started doing this during COVID in 2021, but it's kind of morphed over the years. But I get all these messages, I'm sure you do all the time, of like, can I pick your brain? Can I have this advice? And I'm like, I literally don't even have time to eat my dinner or go to the gym. Like I can only give so much of my brain. Like I need it. And so I'm still serving clients. And so what I did is like, instead of just saying no all the time, I offer now recruiter office hours. I try to do them regularly. So twice a month, typically on a Thursday, and they're on LinkedIn live stream. So they're free to join. People can come and actually type questions in and we can interact with them. K-Mesh is going to start joining me on it. And we can really in real-time dialogue. So our last one, we were answering a lot of questions about global markets. How do you get a job in another market? We also do confidential asks. Some people can message me privately confidential questions and then tune in so we can answer it in public forum. So it's really a way for us to kind of like peel back the curtain and have some of the dialogue. So that's going to be something that you can keep your eyes out for on LinkedIn. And then of course, conferences. I'm going to be in the ground. You know, as I mentioned, we're going to be Benzinga, and then we're going to be Mary Jane and Prohibition Partners, Berlin, B2B, and then Europa. They'll take a little bit off, and then in the fall, it's like full on again, like MJ Unpacked in Missouri, and then we're going to be in Science in the City in France. We're going to be in Dortmund. I'm going to be running a panel in Dortmund at the CV Club. And then we'll also be doing PTMC in Portugal, and then
awesome.
and then Vegas, right? So it's like
Yes.
the rest of the year, it's like there, you know, if you're at any of those, I will
just
be
keep
there.
your bags packed.
Yeah, just keep packing
right?
the bags, like get the miles. I'm gonna eventually maybe get like upgrades this year. Let's like
yes,
everyone hope for that.
Yes.
But no, it's really cool, and it's an honor to be able to represent the people part of the industry. I think for too long we were talking too much about the plants, not too much, but so much about the plants and the profits, and all of those are really important critical components to speak
It's all about the people at the end of the day.
But the people
I mean,
are
that's
the
it.
foundation,
That
right?
is
And
it.
if we don't
Right.
take care of our people, and we have enough data now, we're not new where we can be like, ooh, we didn't know. It's like we have enough data now
Right.
that where those companies that consistently focus on their people, that invest in working with recruiters like us, who are professionals in what we do, and you can run your business and go and run your operations, and let us help you as a strategic partner and work alongside you so that your people component can be a lot more structured. So
that's great.
It's great to get out. It's great to see you all over the world, and I'm excited to keep racking up those air miles and
let's do
growing
it.
Emerald Lane.
Let's do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Rachel Wright here with Verdant Strategies at CMB Expo in New York City with Stephanie Powell.